movement at independence was education for all. And in order to fulfill this promise, hundreds of primary and secondary schools were constructed and brought into operation. However, with most secondary school systems geared heavily to academic subjects, it was soon realized that at the end of every school year, the employment arena would be flooded with school leavers with adequate O-levels, but very little training in income-generating skills. With only a small percentage going on to university, all the others would require further education or an apprenticeship before they could play a useful role in the national production line. What was the answer? Education for productive living was the answer. With schools offering diverse and versatile learning streams, still covering academic subjects, but giving greater emphasis to practical skills geared to student ability and, more importantly, the needs of Zimbabwe. Then not only would school leavers be armed with the means to earn a living, but Zimbabwe's development program would receive a yearly injection of skilled labor, provided by an enthusiastic and strong young workforce. The perfect solution to rapid progress in our new young nation. But to modify the educational system of Zimbabwe is going to take time and money. And while the national education transformation is being planned and brought into operation, government looks towards new schools to help implement their new thinking and get the whole dynamic project off the ground. As His Excellency President Comrade Robert Mugabe said, government alone cannot build, expand and maintain the number of schools the country requires. If parents, the community, commerce and industry continue to work cooperatively with government, then we will surely be able to realize our national goals in the educational field. It is important to remember that the children of Zimbabwe are the future of Zimbabwe. And since independence, government has concentrated on providing them with basic health and education facilities on a national basis, spreading out to the most remote areas of Zimbabwe. However, since opening many thousands of schools over the past 5 or 6 years, it has been possible to carry out grassroots research into the most ideal school curriculum for Zimbabwean children and to the benefit of Zimbabwe. Research shows quite clearly the need for a more comprehensive secondary school system, providing academic streams for potential university students and vocational streams to equip large numbers of young people with diverse skills, enabling them to take up useful employment on leaving school. One such school that is answering the new educational needs of Zimbabwe is Watershed College, set in the serene beauty of the Marondera Watershed. So how about visiting the college with me and finding out exactly how they operate? Watershed College is a co-educational secondary school set on 150 hectares of land, 62.5 kilometers from Harare and only 12.5 kilometers from Marondera town, a long and well-established educational center of this country. 2 years ago, this was wild and uncleared bush. Yet today, with the first stage of the building program completed and the second stage well advanced, 8 classrooms, 2 hostels, an admin block, kitchen and dining room, designed and constructed to blend into the environment, are fully operational. In fact, the architect very deliberately positioned each building within the natural woodlands so that not one indigenous tree had to be removed. Quite remarkable, until you realize that within Watershed's Education for Zimbabwe program, there is a strong commitment to the conservation of our natural resources, but more about that later. I asked Bob Knott, chairman of the college board, What motivated the formation of Watershed College?
Well, there was quite a large number of parents involved who were concerned about the education of their children, thinking about the environment that we live in and trying to prepare their children for life in Zimbabwe because of their commitment to Zimbabwe. We got together and held various meetings, and at one of those meetings the Minister of Education was there, and he turned around to us and said, "Why don't you go ahead and build such a school, seeing it's directly in line with government thinking?" This is exactly what we did. The committee was elected, and the committee worked out the constitution and founded the institution of Watershed College. Membership fees were charged, and the money which was raised from membership fees went to the building of the school.
All right, so Bob Knott and a group of concerned parents got together and organized the physical needs of the college: land,